So we are sitting now in the Toyota GR Yaris as a passenger with this guy who's just about to rub me up the wrong way. Bastard. Good morning, guys. I'm here with Chris. Hey, morning to you guys too. And we are here at Toyota GR Racing. Where to get that pass from? So very interesting day. I was telling you about Chris behind the wheel, and give a shout out to their website. So we are here today to drive the Toyota GR Yaris. Well, it's proving to be an awesome car. In fact, you don't need to watch this video to know there's already so much content out there. So what I want to tell you is to look out for this car when it hits the used car market. So simply because you can't buy it right now, it's already sold out in Malaysia, but as soon as it hits the used car market, get it. And throughout the day I'm going to be driving it, and I want to tell you why that this is the car, or rather this is the hot hatch that you should be looking out for. First time getting up close and personal with the GR Yaris, and I never realized it's actually such a small car. I mean, I understand hot hatch and all, but this is actually quite small, which means a lot of fun, because check out the width of it. It's actually quite wide. It's short, it's low, it's wide. Oh, perfect recipe for fun. This will be awesome. We're driving it later, but just to give you a full look inside. Oh, the seats look amazing. I actually love the central meter over there. It actually looks like a data panel. Awesome, awesome. Oh, Alcantara over here. Nice, looks really nice. Alright guys, so I'm in here with Kenneth. Hi. And first impression of this place is that it's very purpose-built. Sitting position is spot on. It is, after all, a GR Yaris, right? And there's so many rave reviews. We're not shooting this video to tell you that you should buy this car. There's a lot of content out there already about this car. This video is just to tell you what kind of fun that you can have with this car. Of course, you can't buy this car already in Malaysia. UMW Toyota only brought in 125 units. All are sold out. So look out for it on the used car market, or even the grey import market. So, alright, yeah, let's go. My parents always told me to be careful of things that don't belong to you. But that's not what we are here for today. Alright.
So like I said, give a bit more angle.
Okay.
Grip the e-brake once the tail throws. Okay. Give it a bit of power.
Sure. So that way, a bit of speed, yep. Get some angle.
Grip
then
the e-brake.
Then
make sure the car loses its rear.
Alright. Let's do this.
Let's do. Go. More speed. Okay. Power. More. Power. Okay.
Almost got it. So
okay,
now
go ahead. Lowering. Try again. Okay, give it more speed. Yes. Nice. Handbrake.
Oh, I did it.
Alright, continue. Nice.
Okay, so what can I do differently?
Pull the handbrake harder.
Harder?
Grip.
Alright.
As you're turning in, grip the thing.
Okay.
To throw its rear.
Okay, so over there, I got the angle.
Yep.
At the first time, I got the angle, but then more power.
Give it a bit more inertia so that when you pull the e-brake, the rear comes out.
Right, so inertia means speed lah.
Yeah, correct.
Alright.
Let's try it again.
Alright.
So like I say, give it a bit more angle.
Okay. How many rounds do I go?
3. So this is the second one.
Okay, so the third one I just want to mount the camera here.
Okay, no problem. So once you lose the rear, power. You need a lot. Because this car has a lot of grip.
Yeah.
So give it a lot of power.
Sure.
Okay?
So slide here through those 2 cones there.
Yep. Left or right, anywhere.
Okay, then there, then power through over there.
Yep.
Then go through those 2.
Handbrake at the end of the
Sure.
Yeah, at the end of this lane here, okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Grip the e-brake. Grip the e-brake. More. Power. Power.
Too much. Alright.
So you need to give it because there's a lot of grip.
Yeah, obviously too much grip. But again, if you too slow.
Okay, no problem.
But then you can't argue against too much grip as well because
Very nice. Power. See? Too much correction, that's what I meant.
okay.
Okay, now go ahead.
Okay, this part be careful, I'm not good at high speed.
Nice, right?
Nice.
So as long as you rip the e-brake, you will lose its rear.
Harder lah.
Yes, harder.
So I wasn't putting hard enough.
Correct.
Right.
Not long enough and not hard enough.
Right.
Good job, man.
No worries, man. Thanks to you, bro. Driving the Toyota GR Yaris, but only at the Gymkhana level. Later, we are going to take it out on track, on the actual track here at Sepang Circuit, and we're going to have a bit more fun with it. I expect it to be a lot more fun actually with its short wheelbase and wider track. So expect it to be quite a bit of fun on track. Over here at the Gymkhana, it was totally alive. You know, it totally comes alive in tighter circuits, tighter tracks. Like I said, short wheelbase, wider track, lots and lots of fun. So why are we actually doing this? Because Toyota Malaysia actually only brought 125 units of this car, and all of them are sold out, right? And globally, Toyota only introduced 25,000 units on the excuse that they had to do that for homologation purposes, to take this car rallying. But then again, homologation purposes only requires the manufacturer to produce 2,500 plus units, I think. So fact of the matter is, Akio Toyota, we love you. Mwah. Toyota just wanted to produce a fun little car for everybody to enjoy, and trust me, it's a whole lot of fun. Let's take you for a walkabout here. Okay. So when Toyota introduced this car, UMW Toyota introduced this car to Malaysia, this price at about 286,000 ringgit, slightly above that. But that is without insurance. Now though, you can't buy it because everything is sold out. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw photos of His Majesty the Sultan of Johor also driving this car, which means anybody can enjoy this car, no matter your level, right? So when you see it from the outside, you'll actually be blown away that how at the size of this car, because you know, you see it in photos, you see it in magazines, you see videos of it, and you don't really appreciate the size until you actually lay your eyes on it, and it's actually a very small car, which is fine actually, because it's a hoot to drive. Let's go inside. Inside here, it's actually very nice. It's very well built, quality perfect. I love this thing. This thing looks like it popped out of a rally car data logger. It looks like that. So your radio, what else? Apps, everything. I suspect it has the entire works on it. You know. So you also get different driving modes. Sport, normal, you push this down. Sport to the left, track on the right. Voltage, 12 volt voltage. IMT, I'm not quite sure what this does. I'll find out later. Auto on off, auto start stop, traction control, and it actually has a dog leg reverse gear. So yeah, It's actually very nice. The seats are very nice too. They're not full-on racing seats simply because you can see how thick they are, you know, and they're actually quite big seats, and there's not much space at the back. But other than that, I think it's a fantastic place to be in. If you're a boy racer and you want a car to go around, you know, something to chuck around on the weekends or even every day on your way to work, this is the car that you want, because it will, every day, it will simply just encourage you to take the scenic route. Check this out. Check out how chunky this part is. You know, so there's no feeling that you have been shortchanged in the GR Yaris. And like I said, you can't buy this car. But if you ever come across this car in the used car market, of course, take a look at it, whether it's been abused and such. Do your research. But if you ever come across a good, well-maintained unit in the used car market, buy it. Buy it. Seriously, it's a fantastic car. From just driving it out on during this Gymkhana, Gymkhana track just now, you can already feel how precise and how sporty it is. It is. Look at it. I'm in track mode right now. I'm in track mode. Look at its idling speed. It's at 1000 RPM. And if I put normal, now it's on normal, and it's still at that 1000 RPM. That's amazing. If you really want an indication of how a car is just raring to go, check out the idling speed. There's a high 1000 RPM. Is actually a very high RPM idling speed. Fantastic. I love it. Let's go outside again. And check out the calipers. Check out the calipers on this thing. Check out the brake disc. See how huge it is. It runs on Michelin tyres. This car, if I'm not mistaken, has been developed in Europe. And of course it comes with 4-wheel drive. And you don't get a very big boot over here. Just nice to take a seat after a long hard days of driving. So not a big boot. Also, I just want to point out that with these driving modes, this car is an all-wheel drive car, right? So, but then again, it's full-time all-wheel drive. If you put it on sport mode, most of that power, 70% of that power goes to the rear wheels. And if you put it on track mode, it's 50-50. It's an intelligent all-wheel drive. And this is where it gets fun. If you enter a corner and you pull the handbrake, it decouples the rear wheels. Fantastic. So you can pull that beautiful drift. Now we go out on track, but before that we have about 1 hour, so let's see what else I can tell you about this car. So I just learned that this engine part over here, this engine cover, it looks like a regular engine, right? But it's not. It's actually a functional engine cover. Supposedly air is supposed to come through here and go through here, channel through here,
and then go into this area
go
here
in through there.
Turbo and the exhaust.
How fantastic is that? Talk about brilliant engineering, right? So air goes through here, comes up through here, and these 3 little fins over here, it goes back down and it cools the turbos at the back. Engineering at its best. Fantastic, right? So this is why you buy a Toyota GR Yaris, because it's not only a great looking car, it's also fantastic to drive, right? And the amount of engineering that goes into it is on a different level. So I'm going to learn more and more about this car. I'm going to bring you more information as I go about my day. Hang in there. Another interesting point that I just learned is that this thing, plastic looking thing over here, it may look like it's nothing, but actually during development of this car, Tommy Mackinnon's team, the entire Toyota GR rally team, had a lot of say in the development of this car, right? So they found that the suspension mounting for rally cars is actually much higher than this, right? So if you can see, it's actually much higher than this. So this plastic piece over there is meant to be removed so that the suspension can be mounted a bit higher. The top part of the suspension can go up a bit higher. That's what a homologate rally special car is meant to do, right? And I suspect later on, simply because of people like Akio Toyoda, people like Tommy Mackinnon, the entire Toyota GR rally team, Gazoo Rally team. Because these guys are there, I suspect an even more hardcore version of the GR Yaris will be introduced later on. Don't take my word for it, I'm just suspecting. But because everything is just there, I think it'll be a waste not to develop a more hardcore version of this hardcore GR Yaris. So, from what I saw earlier, this thing can be quite twitchy also because of its short wheelbase, especially under heavy braking just now.
When you pass the traffic light, is when you start to build speed. Remember, do not cross the white line on the left.
Acceleration is...
Right, first lap we won't go too fast, that you learn the car, especially during corner and during braking. Just a reminder, the Yaris is a very short wheelbase. You need to be gentle with the steering input and also throttle. 7 and 8.
Turn 7 and 8, supposed to be one big corner, which is fun!
Next braking bar, you're going to bring around a very slow corner, turn 9.
I'm not doing the blipping by myself. That was completely the car. That was 100% electronic blipping.
Good. After turn 10, let the car go to the left.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
You slow down for turn 11. Patient. It's a very late apex corner.
Early corner there. Brake.
This corner have to be very patient also. Patient with the power. Patient. As you see the road open up, then you finish the power and let's go.
Nice. Bouncing off the rev limiter there.
On the streets, as you learn the car more, you are faster in the corners.
Bouncing off the rev limiter again, damn it! Come on!
Very good.
Woo!
Okay, I'm going to bring around.
Brake after 200.
In for turn 1, hug the corner, hug inside. If you are too far away, means you're understeering. Then hug turn 2, no point rushing into turn 9. Very super slow corner. Good, let the car go wide to the left. Turn 11.
Late apex.
Late apex. Don't take the curb outside, yeah? Okay, good.
Brake. Auto blip doing all the work for me. Opening up a bit later. On the power.
Okay, good.
Good upshift.
Feeling the power when you open up.
Good upshift. Another good upshift. Thank God. Brake. Woo. Nice. I love this four-wheel drive system. Nice. Okay.
Remember, gentle, yeah, gentle.
Gentle here, gentle. Hug the curb, Cashy. Hug the curb.
Okay, everybody can slow down for turn 6.
My God.
No need to be too slow. We need a bit of air and to cool down the engine and cool down the brakes.
But what a car, man. What a car. Absolutely a beast in the corners. Yeah. Straights, yes, you do feel the lack of power. And if you are like me and you've been driving automatic cars for a bit too long, sometimes you forget to upshift, which is absolutely idiotic, stupid of me. So yeah, had my industry colleagues right up my ass over there until Kenneth had to tell them to back off. Kenneth, if you're hearing this, thank you. Not quite sure who's behind me. I'll find out later. But absolutely my fault.
So you usually can go slightly below that.
A very, very nice car. Amazing car.
Right.
So, complete done with the GR Yaris. Absolutely amazing car in the corners. Fuck. Oops, I shouldn't be swearing on camera. But amazing, fantastic. You do feel the lack of power at the straights. You know, you feel it in terms of top speed. But otherwise, such an amazing machine. In corners, it's brilliant. So, yeah, can't wait to get this car for a proper on-road test drive. Then I'll be able to tell you how exactly the suspension feels in real-world situations. Maybe take it out for a holiday and such.
All right, I'm pulling out of the pit.
This is the new Toyota Vios. It's a facelift model.
I suggest you put in sports mode. The bottom, right below the start button, there is a button called Sport. And I just basically leave the transition alone. And because I tried downshifting from 10 speed down to second gear for the first corner, and basically it didn't work because I couldn't downshift fast enough. So if you just leave it in D and press the brake,
Gestures are smooth, they're fast, it's not a race
traditional
car.
braking points are radically altered. So normally I will brake roughly at the 80 or 70 meter mark.
After the GR Yaris, this feels beyond.
Come back into the left.
Oh my god!
7 and 8 can be taken as one corner.
Alright, one corner, 7 and 8, let's do this, Vios! Well done!
Good.
Actually quite fun. It's just for hoots. There's no,
Brake
like
early,
I said,
brake
there's no
early, brake
way.
early.
This.
I tend to cut in a late apex and put my car in the middle of the track. You'll find that it's faster.
There's
And then
no
you
way.
just cut the diagonal line onto the
Testing a
right,
Vios
click that curve
the circuit
on the
in
right,
Sepang
slowly move to the
makes
left.
any sense. Because it's not a good indication of how this car feels like in real world conditions, right? But that's not what
For
this is about. This is just
take a
for
very
fun.
early line, turn in, use the curbs. If you don't touch the curb on the left, means you are turning in too late.
Brake. It's such a laugh. I can see Ivan Kong is completely having fun. He's braking at like 50 meters.
Let me show you my quarter second gaining. So you saw that I actually cut diagonal to the turn 15 and brake, and then you saw me hug the corner. You can cut.
What the hell?
Slow down here, get a late apex, don't traverse to more than half of the width of the track, so that you can cut a diagonal path to the right corner, purpose path.
Danny, I've never been so scared about my ass before this.
And he loves your ass.
What a drive, what a drive. That was absolutely a blast. Woo. Thank you, Toyota! So what an experience that was, right? Being on track in the Toyota GR Yaris. What an amazing machine. I'm actually kind of jealous of all the people that bought it. And of course the Vios as well. After driving the GR Yaris, the Vios was just a bag of laughs, right? You just could throttle through and just not worry about the brake. It was just a bag of laughs. Anyway, it was amazing. The GR Yaris is a proven success. It's a proven formula. The Toyota Gazoo rally team has had huge input into building the machine, and I suspect everybody that bought that car would be delighted until the end of time, man, if I can say that. But yeah, I look forward to getting the car, to review the car on a real world situation, real world traffic, real world roads, and that will make it, then we will really know whether it's a very complete machine. There's no doubt about its capabilities. There's no doubt that it's a seriously fun car to drive. But how it performs in real world conditions, I guess I'll have to wait to find out. And about the Vios, well, that's a proven success formula as well. Toyota has sold thousands and thousands and thousands of Vioses. It's in its 4th generation right now, facelifted, so it looks good. It looks great actually. And yeah, I think it'll be another fun car. It'll be another successful car for Toyota. And thank you for watching this Piston.my. I'm Kashi Dylan, and if you want to see another car that is really fun to drive, check out my video on the Mercedes A35 AMG. I'll put that link to that video somewhere on the screen or in that description box below. Don't forget to check that video out. I'll be back with more.